you shared a little bit about your story, how you got introduced to CIW, and yes, thank you for thank you for people like Miss B, who is instructors throughout the state of Florida, throughout the nation, and even overseas, who are pouring into their young students and helping to shape the future of the tech industry. You talked a little bit about your overall experience, some of the skills that have helped you kind of get to the point of where you're at. So talk to me a little bit about your entrepreneurial efforts when it comes to the web development and design, and kind of where are you at today? And if you want to, as maybe a continuation of that, like what are some of the trends that you're seeing as an entrepreneur? What are some of the requests that you're maybe getting from some of the customers and clientele that you have?
Oh man, great. Yeah, this is a great segue. So some of my entrepreneurial efforts in web development and design, I always think, and this is something that I learned through CIW, right? And my instructors and professors, is basically thinking like a user, right? From a user perspective. And that's like when you're working for an organization or you're about to, get involved to a partnership to run a business, right? You have to think like what? An investor. So I think like the trends, some of the things that I'm seeing right now in digital marketing, SEO, and I'm from the old school organic SEO, not all this, these plugins they have today where you can populate it to put it at the top, but that organic SEO is always going to be the #1 trendsetter. But I would say the trends that I'm seeing right now today is users, clients, and people want to see more from a business perspective, marketing performance measurement, right? If you notice, companies like Nielsen, they're measuring what people watch, buy, sell, and listen to, right? So they want to capture all that data. And that's kind of like the essence of it all, right? When you're talking about web design, digital marketing, SEO, data analysis. I would say most investors, from what I'm seeing, and most business owners want to see an increase in return on spend, right? And to kind of like reduce customer acquisition costs and grow and have that lifetime value of growth. Most importantly, a lot of the sites that I've built or been a part of always started with the optimization and being compatible from different mobile devices, right? I remember there was a time where Apple devices or iPads, they didn't accept Flash, right? So when CS3 came out, you could trick the browsers to kind of make it move, add some JavaScript or some type of automation in there to where it's tricking the browser to kind of facilitate you being able to see that now, like a lot of the video or that content. So if you look at some of the sites from like, I'll say from 2010 to probably like maybe 20, a lot of them are compatible and optimizable for smart devices. Is it mobile friendly? That was a big thing, like back in like the mid 2000s, 2010 to 2015. Is your site mobile friendly? Is it mobile compatible? Does it adjust when you get on a tablet? Is it optimizing for a desktop, tablet, mobile phone? I think that's a really big trend right now. I would also say more of the bootstrap templates seem like they're populating a lot. WordPress is very big. Anything that has heavy driven content that is very user friendly. I mean, because at the end of the day, we want to simplify these things, right? I remember, Miss B, my professor, she taught us how to code using Dreamweaver, right? Before Expression Web. We worked in Expression Web to learn how to create some of this web development code and HTML markup language. But then Dreamweaver kind of help you be more efficient, right? Because the goal is to get the speed to insights. When I'm clicking on a website, I'm trying to get to, if I'm looking for shoes, I'm trying to get there in like 1 click instead of 3. So speed to insight is real big. And I'm thinking that, it's always constantly evolving and changing, right? It's always been, web development is always going to be relevant. You got a lot of the Wix, the free sites, and I always tell people a custom website for your relevancy and your brand is going to be a lot better than a quick, fast built template where you don't have any foundation or structure to where to navigate through. So the simplicity is a big trend I'm seeing right now. People want simple, fast, efficient, elegant design, right? Because when you think about it, people respond to what they see. So if they see something that doesn't attract them to want to draw those users or draw that attention, there's a 90% chance they're not going to visit your site no more. Exactly. Because it's too complicated to follow. So simplicity, mobile friendly, those are some of the main big trends. The optimization, the plugins from WordPress, anything blog friendly, because people want to tell their stories, and the World Wide Web is driven by content. Content is king, and that's the same thing when you're dealing with consultants too, right? Because as an entrepreneur or a business owner, you have to consult, and people are paying for your intellect. They're paying you to tell them what would enhance more visitors to their site, what will engage more users to buy their product, right? And I just think that, retailers and manufacturers and users, consumers in general, we all want that speed to insight. We all want that clean look, user-friendly website. So that's the biggest trend that has been around for at least 10 years or more. And you can still see this trend right now, like with a lot of the mobile friendly websites. Is it compatible? Can I see, because I'm an iPad user, I'm a Mac user, right? Let's just, hypothetically speaking, I love my iPhone. You telling me to go to your site, you gave me your business card, here's your URL. Can I see your site on my iPad or my iPhone, right? So those are a lot of the trends that's been around for a long time. But of course, it's always being refined. And I think it has to have that unique user feel to it as well. Like, it's got to be appealing, but very simple. Keep it simple. That's my advice that I give to the students that I mentor, all the time, because at the end of the day, right, when it comes to technology, we have to take a step back to understand that somebody invented the World Wide Web before the World Wide Web. So there wasn't no place to Google how to build a website 25 years ago, right? So somebody had the creative put those entrepreneur efforts and put it on the World Wide Web. So, but yeah, simplicity and user-friendly, and just, don't over clutter those sites. Like, keep them simple, man. Keep those photos on those pages optimized so that when it loads on the page, it doesn't take 35 minutes. It's getting there very quickly. Like, I just bought a new laptop that's got the Evo technology, right? To where when I turn that computer on, the reason why it's Evo technology, has an i7 core processor, is because it turns on in 1 second. So, in the essence of time, when I go to your website or you visit my website, you want it to optimize in a certain amount of time to be available. Otherwise, we're going to lose the attention of the user or the consumer.